So we're 9 films into the Rocky saga, with this being the first movie that doesn't include the Italian stallion. So, does this still make it hype? Let's go. So right off the bat, major shout out to AMC movie theaters for hooking your boy up personally with this new popcorn bucket Creed 3 edition. As you can see, bam, and then it kind of repeats on both sides. So major shout outs to them. They hit me up directly. I mean, they slid into the DMs. They're like, no, Chris, we're gonna give you this for free. Well, not for free. Come on, y'all. Like, not for free yet. So I did have to pay for this. This was about $15 with the popcorn included. And I just thought this was a dope looking popcorn bucket to add to the collection. Although I'm not trying to collect popcorn buckets, but at this rate, if they keep looking fresh like this, and I'm a big fan of the movie and the actors, we'll see where this goes. But for now, thanks to me for having a job, for paying for this. But hopefully one day AMC reaches out to your boy. Let's get it. Okay, so where were we? So now the story of Creed 3 takes our main character of Adonis Creed into unknown yet familiar territory. And yeah, this review right here will be spoiler free, so no worries. This part of his life is a couple years after the sequel, to where he's been thriving in his career and family life. He's also taken a break from fighting and focused more so on the promotion side, trying to build his business empire while helping fighters build their own legacy. But Adonis is about to get a reality check when his suspicious past comes back to haunt him. When him and his friend Damien were teenagers, they got into serious trouble one night to where it altered their lives forever. Damien had to go to prison for a crime he committed, but wasn't necessarily all his fault. Damien was also the best boxer in town when they were younger, so you can imagine what it's like to have someone else live your life when your opportunity was taken away. But fast forward now, Damien is finally out of prison and wanting to reconnect with his friend Adonis, while also hoping if Adonis could help him get a title shot, since Damien has been keeping in shape with his body and boxing skills. Adonis is hesitant to help his friend for many reasons, and because of this, the friendship becomes very rocky. You see how I said rocky right there? You caught that, right? Listen, somebody had to say it, because if you've watched this movie, you would notice, and maybe I missed it, but they didn't reference him verbally or show him once, which was very strange. But by the end of the movie, this story is truly all about Damien and Adonis's relationship, so I think I'm okay with that for the most part. When it comes to storytelling in a huge franchise like this, I think it is okay to have certain characters take a break, especially if it's going to tie into the future stories if they make upcoming movies and bring this character back somehow. It's about serving a purpose, and I'm wondering if this is the case. However, by the end of this movie, you're actually questioning in regards to the story, is this the final movie in the Rocky saga? The ending doesn't really show what could come after this, so we're just gonna have to wait and see. But I do know that this movie was actually directed by the main character in this movie, Michael B. Jordan. And it's also his directorial debut, so major shout outs to him for taking on such a huge responsibility. Michael B. Jordan has so many great shot selections, especially during the fight scenes, but on top of that, he also had great pacing with the characters for each of them to have their moment to shine, whether if it was with them struggling on their own or having conflict with someone else. He even stated in several interviews that watching anime such as Dragon Ball Z actually influenced some scenes in this movie, which I thought was awesome to compare and include. Along with that, I would have to say everyone was on their A game with the acting, especially Jonathan Majors, who many would say stole the show. This guy had to transform his entire body for this role, such as Sylvester Stallone and Michael B. Jordan when they did their first initial movies. In this movie, Jonathan Majors was playing somewhat as a villain as the character Damien, and you're actually almost kind of rooting for him. At least I was. I don't know about you guys. A villain with a reasonable cause is almost hard not to root for, especially once you know where they came from and what they're fighting for and the sacrifices they had to make. His boxing style did seem unorthodox, but his demeanor, presence, and confidence was unquestionable. I really enjoyed watching his performance in this movie. Now, unfortunately, the story did feel rushed towards the end, and I think it had much more to do with Jonathan Majors' character. So I am excited if they have another movie and they keep him around just to see where they take his character and his relationship with Adonis Creed. And another minor negative for me personally, I would have to say I wasn't a big fan of the song choices, also including the montage sequences. You know, this is when they take the character from struggling to triumph, especially when it comes to the practicing behind the scenes. In this movie, I feel like they could have done so much more with Adonis specifically compared to like previous Rocky movies and the last 2 Creed movies. I mean, I think they could have done just a little bit more to heighten the circumstances leading up to the fight. And, you know, speaking of montage, this does remind me of the video where it went viral. I did 20,000 steps a day for 90 days straight. I swear I created like a 10-minute montage video. I'm proud of it. I watch it from time to time to get remotivated. Check it out if you haven't already. right above. But yeah, with no Rocky being included in this movie, it did feel a little different, but still held its own as a good boxing movie. I don't think Adonis needs Rocky to save the day, but as fans of the Rocky franchise, I think it could have helped the story even if he was in just one scene. But regardless, Michael B. Jordan and Jonathan Majors absolutely did their thing with this movie and during their promotion for it. I love seeing them together bonding as friends for the public, and it's always genuine when you have actors who are friends and love the sport they're portraying on film. Definitely check this out if you want to watch a story about boxing and friendship.
I'm coming for it all.
But now, what do you think of this new addition for the Rocky and Creed franchise? Do you think it was a great addition to continue the story of Adonis Creed? And do you also think, like myself, that Rocky should have been at least one scene or maybe referenced just a little bit more? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments and consider liking this video if you enjoyed it, and also subscribe if you're new to the channel. This way you can keep up to date with new videos uploaded weekly. And as always, hold up now, because like I said, you gotta be proud what you pay for, right? Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all on the next one. Peace.